truth!
Hey everybody, you're watching the Monday episode of CCS. My name is Cody and you're watching that Christian news show thing that I do. And right away our first story is about a bungee jumper. You've got to go see this video, link in the description below. Seriously, she bungee jumps and the bungee cord like broke and she fell to her death. But it wasn't her death because she like survived. It was like in this like river thing full of crocodiles, and like she had to swim through and like all these rocks and like go underwater and untie the rope so she didn't drown, and then she got up on rocks and then like lived. The rest of the people came and then she almost drowned and they like saved her, and then she went to the hospital for a week. And there were no major injuries, which is just like crazy. You have to watch the video. Like it's just So I was watching it, really cool. She was like, it has to be a miracle that she lived through this because it's such an insane event. And they tried contacting the company in Zimbabwe, and of course they didn't give any answer, but on their website they're like, yeah, it's completely safe. We switched out the bungee cord that ripped apart and broke and like had her drop into a river. And that's how I like to start the show, with near-death experiences. And her next story is a little weird. There's this church in Dallas, Texas, and their pastor is Ed Young. The pastor, Ed Young, told his church that they should have 7 days of sex. Married sex. He's talking to the couples, just so you know, not just like random sex. The whole idea behind this was to get married couples closer together. And they were talking about it in the news stories, and they're like, yeah, the guys loved it. The guys gave a standing ovation at the sermon. And 3 or 4 days later, the women had good reception to this, also giving them emails saying, you know, the family is just closer because of it. And with that, they wrote a book called Sexperiment, which is a book on sex within marriage and having lots of it for good times and bringing the family closer. So yeah, I found that and I had to share it with you guys because it was the Cody thing to do. It wouldn't be very me to not share that with you because it's hilarious. Don't know why it's hilarious, but it is. It's very funny. If you're married, go have sex for 7 days. And next, Demi Lavato was in the news because she's been giving all these tweets about God. She's been asking some questions, you know, like, why are bad things happening? Why has God punished me type stuff. She's got other things. She's like, even through the hard times, I know God is with me. The cool thing is her fans and her followers are supporting her. You know, they're not like, oh, you shouldn't like God anyways, like most of the internet does. So I was really surprised about that, which probably shouldn't, but it's the kind of world I live in. I live around YouTube and everybody hates Christians on YouTube, except the people that don't. I suppose there's quite a few of those too. Anyway, it's pretty cool that they're supporting her like that and not just hating and being trolls. And I haven't done that since my first video, which has no major importance to you whatsoever. But anyways, moving on. So Justin Bieber's in the news, which I don't really care about, but it tied into my last story, so I was like, eh, why not? People like Justin Bieber, I think. Either way, Justin Bieber's got a tattoo that says Yeshua in Hebrew, and people were like, ah, he's a Jesus freak. And I mean, as much as I dislike his music, and when I say dislike, I mean like, I don't want to say the word hate. But he does have really strong Christian beliefs, which is really cool that he talks about it in interviews and he's really outspoken about it and stuff like that. He says that he prays every time before he gets on stage. So it's just like this really cool thing that he like has such a strong faith and got a tattoo of Yeshua on his leg. To me, I think tattoos are cool. So yeah, Justin Bieber's got a tattoo. He's a Jesus freak. And I think that's news. I don't know. But our final story also has to do with tattoos, and these tattoos are actually within the church. There's an actual church in Michigan where the pastor has hired a tattoo artist to give tattoos at the church. And to me this is crazy because I grew up in like churches that weren't like that at all. And now I go to a church where like everyone's got like a mohawk or a tattoo or some kind of piercing. Personally, I have a tattoo and it's on my left arm. Here, I'll show you. See? Mine says it was finished, last words of Jesus, because he died for our sins type thing. Which is interesting to me because I thought they get a lot of negative feedback with the church and tattoos and things like that. Especially with Leviticus 19:28, which will be the verse of the day in a minute. Kind of like saying no tattoos, so it's this really weird thing of like there's an actual tattoo parlor. Not that they're okay with the tattoos, but there's an actual parlor in the church. So, kind of awesome to me. But what about you guys? It's the question of the day. What do you guys think about tattoos in the Christian community? Are they right or wrong? Should people be able to get them or shouldn't they? As always, leave your comment in the comment section below with your answer. Love to see what you guys say. And again, I'm giving away that $10 gift card to C28.com as long as I get 5 or more subscribers to answer the question of the day. So go do that and get a $10 gift card, possibly. So pick a random person. And for that, we go to the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is Leviticus 19:28. And do not cut your bodies for the dead. And do not put tattoo markings on your body. I am the Lord. Not me. The big entity that's speaking in the book, which is the Bible. And that's all the news that I found interesting today. So, in closing, haters keep hating, Christians keep praying, and to everybody, like and subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.